Good evening and welcome to Hope for Heroes. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Mark Gruba. For the next half hour, we hope you learn more about the Veterans Outreach Center and why their services are critical to veterans in our community. We also hope that the stories you hear will inspire you to give financial support to the men and women who have served our country. Through your generosity, we can provide hope for heroes. Now I'd like to introduce you to U.S. Army veteran and Veterans Outreach Center Executive Director, Laura Stradley. Good evening.
Thanks, Mark. It's great to be here with you. And we're so grateful to all of you who have joined us tonight. For over 47 years, the mission of the Veterans Outreach Center has remained the same, putting the needs of our veterans first so that they may rise to live life to the fullest. Each year, over 2,000 men and women come to VOC looking for help and hope. VOC provides shelter to the homeless, food to the hungry, jobs to the unemployed. If a veteran is struggling with depression brought on by PTSD, needs legal assistance, transportation services, even laundry services, VOC provides all of that and so much more. From the very beginning, we've been there for the individual veteran and the entire veteran family. We're so grateful to all of you who have shared our vision and let no veteran go unserved. The military is filled with tradition, and it is our tradition each year to recognize those men and women who have served their country and paid the ultimate sacrifice. Please join us as we pause to recognize the fallen.
Hi, my name is Kate McLaughlin. I'm a Gold Star mother. My son, Sergeant Christopher Simpson, was killed in Iraq on March 17, 2008, serving a second tour with the 168th Infantry Division out of Fort Carson, Colorado. He had joined the military to give back to all the veterans that gave him so much, and he was just one of those kids that if you met him, you felt like you knew him forever. The Gold Star family is an honor to be a part of, but not something you want to be a part of. With that, I'm also a Blue Star mother, so I'm actually proud of both of my boys for giving back to the veterans. When Chris came home, people that I didn't even know, cards, gifts, letters, just saying how grateful, they are for young men to be serving our country and protecting our freedom.
Hi, my name's Phyllis McGilligan, and I'm the aunt and godmother of Sergeant Christopher Simpson. He was just a kid full of joy. He used to say all the time that sleep was overrated because I'll sleep the rest of my life when I'm gone. Unfortunately, that was much too soon. And then we lost him in March of 2008. Come back to the Veterans Outreach Center. It's the only place I buy an American flag. And they just, they always remember you. So this is such an important place, not just for the veterans, but for the Gold Star families, the Blue Star families, everybody that has made some type of sacrifice for our freedom.
We want to always recognize the sacrifices made by our Gold Star families. They are forever in our hearts, and they are among the heroes we support each and every day.
Tonight is about heroes and hope. For all the veterans who did make it home but continue to struggle, we're asking you to be generous in your giving. Make a donation now in the name of a veteran you know or have known. Call 585-546-1081. Someone is standing by to receive your call. Text VOC-ROC to 44321 or go online now at vocroc.org and hit the donation button.
Gary Bykirk is a Vietnam veteran and Medal of Honor recipient. He is, by definition, a hero in every way. What you may not know is that Gary has been with the VOC since the beginning. You might call him one of our founding fathers, and today he continues to support our work and the veterans in our community in his own special way.
We had a saying back then in Vietnam that to really live, you must almost die. To those that fight for it, life has a meaning the protected will never know. I was a Special Forces medic with an A-team, lived in the jungle with a primitive tribe of people called Montagnards. It became a community. I became part of that tribe. Or one of my Montagnards, who became my bodyguard, I asked him to teach me how to survive in the jungle. And he laughed and he told me, I don't want to teach you how to survive in the jungle. He said, I want to teach you how to live. In the midst of that war, in the midst of living with a tribal group of people, I learned what it meant to love. I learned what it meant to become part of something, to become part of a community. I learned what it meant to really live. Anybody can survive alone, but to live, you really need other people. And VOC has been able to attract individuals through board members, community support people, people who've worked on staff. Each person has been involved with that, has been able to convey that message to the community, that I care for something more than myself. I care for you.
We are so grateful to Gary for serving our country with distinction and for the work he continues to do for veterans across the country and here at home.
Prior to being with Bank of America, I was a lieutenant colonel in the United States Army for a little over 20 years. Brian Moynihan, our CEO, said, I want to hire 10,000 vets because they appreciated all the skills and talents that we brought and that we were different in a way that we are able to get things done, a sense of urgency. We were mission focused. We had a lot of discipline. Bank of America recognized the importance of our service, helping the bank to develop better leaders.
One of the ways you can show your appreciation for veterans is to make a donation. Join Vietnam veteran Dr. Barry Culhane, who is supporting our veterans tonight. Every dollar stays local and will help a homeless veteran find a place to call home.
Richard's House at Veterans Outreach Center will be home to over 80 veterans this year. Auto House provides transitional housing, and our new VOC at Liberty Landing gives veterans a permanent place of their own. Stabilized housing can be a first step to moving the life of a veteran forward.
Nobody can ever teach you how to be a civilian again. It's no longer an option for you. It's a pretty lonely feeling, you know what I mean? Being here surrounded by people and by yourself.
Things I had that I wanted to do in the future. I had legal issues that were gonna prevent me from getting my nursing degree, and rebuild my family. And I had my daughter's wedding coming up in the next year, and my son's wedding coming up even closer, and I wanted to be there. At this point in time, they didn't want anything to do with me. VOC and the guys here, they kind of brought me in, and it instantly became a brotherhood, really. And then my daughter said, hey, you know, he might be actually doing it good this time. I'm getting married, and I want you to walk me down the aisle. I still get goosebumps.
I think that's what the goal of the VOC is. At the end of the day, we're all loaded guns, but the VOC shows us where to fire, you know what I mean? It gives us a lane with which to fire down.
They offer a roof over your head. They offer clothes on your back. They offer food in your belly, okay? Then the programs, everything from addiction to mental health to family needs, you know, if you got kids, that type of thing. So all the programs are amazing.
I want to leave a pretty big imprint.
Steve and Carol Preston have taken homeless veterans into their hearts. And tonight, they're asking you to open your hearts to a veteran in need. The Prestons have issued a match challenge of up to $5,000. That means if you donate $100 right now, your donation is doubled to $200. The money raised tonight will go a long way to helping veterans achieve their goals.
Hi, I'm Tom Richards. I'm a Vietnam veteran. I was the officer in charge of a swift boat in Vietnam in 1968 and 69. I first got involved with the Veterans Outreach Center, I think around 1972 when I came back to Rochester. I was recruited here to help out by another swift boat guy. We were hand to mouth at the time, and very much so for quite some time, and it's come a long, long way. When we were involved in the beginning, we thought it would be something would end with the Vietnam veterans, but clearly that hasn't been the case. So I'm pleased and proud to have been associated with it for all this time, and it's great to see it doing as well as it's doing. I think it has a philosophy of hands-on involvement with veterans that started in the beginning when we didn't have much choice, frankly, and has continued to this day, and I'm real pleased to see that.
Hi, I'm Bernie Schroeder, president of Lake Beverage Corp. We at Lake Beverage support the VOC because we believe in their mission. Their caring, qualified, and committed staff can only provide these sometimes life-changing services to our veterans because of the financial support that organizations and individuals throughout our community provide.
My name is Ralph Sosnowski. I'm with Martins Point Healthcare. We feel very honored and privileged to be able to support and partner with the Veterans Outreach Center and the great work that they do day in and day out supporting our military families and our veterans. We hope that this relationship will last for many years to come.
VOC works hard to meet the needs of our female veterans. They often come to us looking for help, not just for themselves, but for their children. Many of our female veterans are single parents like Tanisha McNabb.
I am from the United States Air Force. I'm a United States Air Force veteran. And I served with the United States Air Force from 2008 to 2012. I was medically released due to receiving a PTSD medical disability. What initially brought me to the VOC was my homelessness. I spoke with a few locals and I asked about resources for veterans, and I was directed by the community to come to the VOC, and I am very thankful. And that just is another example of how awesome the city is, because the VOC has changed my life entirely, and I owe it to just the warmth of the community. The services I receive from the VOC, I really want to say a hands-on approach from the staff and making sure and guaranteeing my stability as I settled in my new place. Actually, after I settled into my house, I found out that I was a few months pregnant. The VOC also went further to address any particular needs that my baby had, and for a particular intimate situation such as pregnancy and childbirth and child caring. That was a really big deal for me. That was brilliant. I will say that is definitely a word that I haven't used in a long time to describe a veteran service center, so that was brilliant.
VOC serves over 200 female veterans and their children each year. They need your support now. There is still an opportunity for you to bid on some great auction items. The auction will close tonight, 11/11 at 11 p.m. or make an online donation at vocroc.org. Join the hundreds in our community like John and Judith Messenger, who are committed to helping veterans be all they can be.
Good evening. My name is Daniel Randall, and I'm the Community Investment Officer of the Federal Home Loan Bank of New York. We take great pride in serving as a trusted and reliable partner for the communities in which we live and work, and we are honored to support the brave men and women who have served our country. Please join us in supporting them in any way that you can. Thank you.
Fidelis Care. Let's get everyone covered.
Adrian Hale, U.S. Marines, 2007 to 2012, Air Force Reserve, 2012 to 2015. I enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps because I lived through 9/11, and when I came of age, I felt like I had to do my part. I grew up in Rochester, New York, on the northeast side of the city, streets like Conkey Avenue, First Street, Avenue D, and I also grew up in a household that expressed the challenges that those communities face. Everything from domestic violence to substance abuse to the system coming in my household, government assistance, I mean, you name it, I seen it growing up. The most difficult part of the war for me was the tempo. I mean, I literally felt like I was being wrung out like a rag. I mean, it was nonstop every day. War doesn't stop because you're hungry. War doesn't stop because you're tired. War doesn't stop because you have to go to the bathroom. It's a constant grinding. And on my second deployment, I literally could not take it any longer. Part of being a Marine is being mission oriented, to secure your country, to secure the world. You're a part of this monumental work. And coming back home, you feel like nothing. When you wake up every day with the pain of not having a sense of mission to orient you, not feeling valued like a contributing member of a team, you just want that pain to go away. At my lowest point, I had even considered suicide. So my mom recognized now I was spiraling out of control. She recommended that I go to the Veteran Outreach Center and just see what was there. And I was pleasantly surprised with the ways in which they were able to help me. They connected me to mental health treatment at the vet center. They helped me make claims to the Veterans Administration. They helped me connect to medical, and even more importantly, the GI Bill. And for me, that would be important because I started to see a way out of this dark cloud that I kind of been under since I got home. And that would be an important benefit that would really change my life in ways I couldn't even imagine. So I ended up graduating from Yale University with a bachelor's degree in political science. And at the invitation of Bob Duffy, I returned home to Rochester now to serve my purpose at the Greater Rochester Chamber of Commerce. Without the Veteran Outreach Center, I don't think I would have been able to access the benefits that were afforded to me as a combat veteran, nor would I have made the connections that I made that ended up having a meaningful, long-lasting impact on my life.
Adrian is an excellent example of the positive impact that your support can have. Call, text, or make an online donation now. It only takes a moment. When you do, your gift can change a life. It may even save a life.
MVP Healthcare proudly supports the Veteran Outreach Center, and we are deeply appreciative of all those who have served our country. Learn more about MVP's commitment to veterans with our new MVP Medicare Patriot Plan at mvpforveterans.com.
Conifer is honored to partner with the Veterans Outreach Center in providing 33 homes for veterans in the city of Rochester at VOC Liberty Landing. We'd like to thank all those at the Veterans Outreach Center for fulfilling its critical mission of serving those who serve us.
On November 11th, our nation will honor our veterans and our active duty service military for their tremendous courage and their legacy of service. Service to our community is the cornerstone of our culture here at L3 Harris Technologies. Throughout the year, we support great organizations like the Veterans Outreach Center because we understand just how important their mission is. As a former naval officer, I'm proud to say that L3 Harris employs over 6,500 veterans worldwide, 500 of them of which are right here in Rochester. Our veterans are crucial to the work we do and the solutions we provide to our customers and armed forces worldwide. So on behalf of our entire corporation, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your bravery, your dedication, and the service you provide and continue to provide to our great country. Thank you.
If you're looking to show your patriotism, or if you're searching for that perfect gift for someone, please check out our Stars and Stripes flag store. Nearly 22 veterans attempt suicide every day in this country. Many local veterans suffer from PTSD, mental health issues, and drug and alcohol addiction. Our suicide awareness campaign is driven by the concept that losing one veteran to suicide is one too many.
Part of the reason why 22 veterans a day commit suicide. You have a veteran that was in the service, say a sergeant, team leader, squad leader, in charge of numerous men, gets wounded, and is put out of the service. So here's this veteran making critical decisions. He comes home, he becomes extremely reclusive, living in his basement, not being around his family, antisocial, anxiety sets in. That is what a veteran goes through every day. In 7 and 8, I deployed to Iraq with the 479th Engineer Battalion. We went over with 248 personnel. We lost soldiers over there. But my battalion, we brought all 248 of us back. The only soldier we lost was a year later. They need food, clothing for their family, assistance with rent, insurance on their vehicles, just basically a little bit of help goes a long way.
Hi everyone, my name is Ellen Adams and I am the board chair of the Veterans Outreach Center. I once met a military mom whose son was recuperating in the hospital. He was a new triple amputee. She and her family were struggling to figure out how and why this happened. It's meeting families like that that make me want to donate my time and donate financially to the Veterans Outreach Center to make sure that our veterans get the help and services that they so desperately need. What I've found that when I donate to the VOC, I get back far more than what I gave. I'm sure you'll feel the same way. To quote the late Ruth Bader Ginsburg, fight for the things that are important to you, but do it in a way that will lead others to join you. I hope you'll join me in supporting the Veterans Outreach Center.
We are so grateful to Ellen, our board of directors, elected officials, the VA, Monroe County, and our community partners for helping us put the needs of our veterans first. Our volunteers help deliver food baskets to homebound veterans and offer compassion when needed. Thursday night pizza night at Richard's house is a time to share a meal and a story or two thanks to Ken Rex.
Hi, I'm Ken Rex. I volunteer here at Richard's house for the last couple of years now. We cook meals for our veterans, what I call our heroes, once a month, and I've seen the sacrifice, the familial sacrifice that families make and spouses make, and it takes a toll on everybody. But you know, after the hard part of the service is over, we just felt like society was forgetting these guys and these women that have served so honorably. And our goal was to say, hey, even though society may be forgetting these people, we're part of society. We're not going to forget them. This is not a stopping place. This is a place to transfer through and come out the other side the victor. And that really hit us hard in a positive way to say VOC is actually getting people back into society in a productive way again like we've not seen.
I'm Stephanie James from United Healthcare. We are proud to support our local veterans and Veterans Outreach Center. At United Healthcare, we work to help everyone live healthier lives and offer services that support the well-being of all veterans in New York. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Chapa from the Marine Corps Coordinating Council of Greater Rochester. I want to thank the Veterans Outreach Center for being our partner in helping veterans throughout Western New York for all of these years. Good luck.
So many brave men and women make sacrifices every day to protect our freedoms, and it's important that they have access to critically needed services when they come home. Market View Liquor is a proud supporter of Veterans Outreach Center and veterans. We salute you for your service.
We are almost ready to wrap up, but there is still a chance for you to bid on some great auction items. We are asking you now to take this final opportunity to support the VOC and veterans in our community. Remember, we still have that dollar for dollar match challenge from Steve and Carol Preston. Your donation can have double the impact if you act now. Before we go, we have a special message for Laura Stradley and the entire VOC team from our event presenting sponsor, Bank of America.
Good evening. I'm Colleen Madison, Rochester Market President for Bank of America, and I have a special message to share with Laura and her team at the Veterans Outreach Center. At Bank of America, we understand the role strong nonprofit leaders play in advancing economic mobility. In 2019, we introduced a new program, Neighborhood Champions, right here in Rochester. Through this exclusive opportunity, one nonprofit who is poised to take their work to the next level and deliver meaningful results in our community is awarded with $50,000. I am thrilled to announce tonight that the VOC has been selected as this year's Neighborhood Champion. Congratulations, Laura and team.
Oh, that is incredibly generous of Bank of America. We are so very grateful for their support tonight and throughout the year. And we're so grateful to you for joining us tonight and for your generosity. You have truly provided hope for heroes. To our veterans who are watching, from all of us at Veterans Outreach Center, thank you for your service.
And Laura, thank you as well, and everyone at the Veterans Outreach Center for all the work that you do in our community. Thank you for supporting our local heroes, and good night.